All right, everyone, welcome back into another props video. Going to be touching on the top prop bets to pair with the LeBron James free square that we were getting today on PrizePicks, as well as potentially giving you guys some underdog slips here for college basketball on Saturday. We are getting a decent amount of prop bets there, which was very good yesterday. But man, I'm tilted from yesterday. So another 4 for 5 slip on underdog. If you guys have been following this channel, for the past few months now, you know we've been pretty good with college basketball, but extremely annoyed with the amount of freaking double ups we've hit and over the past like 2 months now, where one miss and it's like 13 slips now, it seems like, where 4 for 5. It's just like, oh my goodness, such an annoyance. I would rather, obviously hit like 4 or 5 for 5 slips than have 13 insured slips. It's getting very tilting, and that's not the only tilting part of yesterday, and I'm not complaining. It was a good day yesterday. Hopefully you guys were able to take advantage of that, back up to 110 units won on the season. But like, this was a little bit annoying as well. So we had the Flex Friday slip go 4 for 4, which is great, obviously, but the annoying part is that Chucky Hepburn was a DMP. I'm not like, maybe that was a blessing in disguise, but it was definitely annoying. I mean, look at the prop bets. They all hit pretty handily. He might have been the one that would have been the sweat, but still got in the over. That drastically changed the payout. So kind of a tilting good day, but again, not going to complain. A very good day. Makes the units won on the week after a seemingly bad week at even. We haven't lost any, haven't won any, which isn't that the beauty of props betting, right? Like, oh gosh, it makes it fun. But looking at the board that we have today, just in terms of good EV bets that we are getting, mostly in college basketball as it sits right now, we are getting some okay PGA props. Probably don't need to attack those. So let's actually just jump into the college basketball slate that we have today. Much more tighter slate today because there's less games going on. So we got one, Donovan Kling. I always butcher his last name, but we see over 7.5 rebounds. That is a good EV bet that we were getting. The issue is the projection data doesn't exactly like it, but we can see Underdog has it set at 8. The average sportsbook line has it set at 7.5. So I'm perfectly fine to roll with that one. That one seems like a pretty good bet that we are getting. We also have another one here where the projection data for Poland is saying 18.5 points and rebounds. And then we have the average sportsbook line at 20.5. The PrizePicks line is set at 21.5. So we are getting a good edge for the under there. We are seeing a good fantasy score prop bet as well for Tulu Smith for under his fantasy score. This is one that we are going to see on both PrizePicks and Underdog, where we are getting a decent edge. If you're using this one for Donovan, I wouldn't use the rebounds one. It's not like they correlate together. It's just, I don't know, I just don't exactly love kind of doing that, because one, you're betting the under, one, you're betting the over. So I would kind of choose which one you like the most there. From there, I mean, we are getting a bunch of good college basketball props, like good enough. Like, these are the props that we want, and hopefully we'll get next week as well during March Madness, where we're seeing a little bit of a difference between PrizePicks and Underdog, which is a big edge. If we can do that consistently, we are gaining a pretty decent edge on both of them, and so many bets that have a 54% likelihood to hit. I mean, this is nice. I mean, that's why we had a good day yesterday, because we had enough good bets out there. So I do want to take a peek at NBA as well while we are on PrizePicks, and I'll jump into Underdog as well for you guys. So looking at NBA, we are getting Fred VanVleet for over 3.5 rebounds. Kind of fine with that one, actually. We are seeing Micic for under 9.5 rebounds and assists. Probably going to get bumped. Same thing with Mikal Bridges. Probably going to get bumped down. If you guys like the Kyle Lowry over fantasy score, that's okay. We're really not getting that many great prop bets today for Underdog or for PrizePicks in NBA. Now, I do want to call, we are getting a slight COD difference, at least today, in terms of map 1 to 3 kills. Not too big of a prop line difference, but if you guys see an advantage there, I love calling that out for you guys. MMA, significant strikes, still a decent discrepancy there, but nothing too crazy. So with that, I want to show you guys the PrizePicks bet of the day to use with the LeBron James free square that we are getting, okay? And just real quickly, guys, I don't use the popular tab. I just want to make that clear, but I want to call this out for AJ Storr. I'm not saying bet it or don't bet it, but I do just want to caution. I think a lot of people were betting the over here. One, because he had a good game last game, but because Chucky Hepburn was out, his role was significantly increased. Hepburn is expected to play today, so just caution against that. And so looking at, guys, these are the 6 best bets that I like. Again, what I like to tell people to do if they're just focused on making profit each and every week, pretty much, take advantage of the free squares that are out there. Take advantage of the discounts that are out there. Bet them 5 times individually. So for the LeBron James one, whichever prop bets are available. I know some of these are locking somewhat soon after I release this video. One, hit the notification bell so you're not missing out on any of this stuff, guys. Seriously, we have some, that can be the biggest difference between a good day and a bad day, but we are getting plenty of good prop bets, okay? by all means, use these 5 times, one separate bet 5 times. And I feel pretty good about those prop bets that we were getting. All right, so we jump into underdog here, guys. And it's the craziest thing with underdog. For whatever reason, we are just always getting under fantasy score prop bets. I do want, like, this didn't work out yesterday. The under fantasy score prop bets did work out majority of the time. But I do want to call out some of the good over fantasy score prop bets that we are getting for college basketball, because we do tend to see that's one or the other. So right now we're looking at Radford for over fantasy score. That one has about a 54.3% chance to hit. And then we have to scroll down a decent amount. And like, we still aren't getting much. For whatever reason, underdog is just more, they're giving us higher lines on average than normal. I can't explain it. I've like tried to adjust the formula slightly to like hopefully negate that enough, and it just is what it is. Like, they're just higher on average than everyone else. So did think that was worth calling out. But we are getting a decent amount of edges now. If you guys want to just be able to compare against PrizePicks and underdog, you can. Like Zach Edey, we are seeing vastly higher on underdog compared to every other line that we are getting. We got Smith on both sides is seemingly a good bet for the under on both sides, but we are getting some pretty decent edges that it would appear. Really up to you guys which ones you like the most here. Again, we are getting a decent amount of edges. Typically speaking, we are seeing that the under is going to be favored. Let's go ahead and give you guys an underdog slip as well. So again, giving you guys another insured slip here. Just going with the top 5 that are on the underdog college basketball cheat sheet. Again, that's where we're getting the biggest edge today. So I feel like that's where we should be, giving the prop bets out. Now, I do want to caution against this. I have mentioned that I do think that we have seen college basketball be harder to project, or the Vegas is struggling a little bit more during these tournaments because, well, let's be honest, kids are playing harder pretty much. There's a little bit more, driving force behind them playing better. So it's a little bit more random. Do you think that's worth calling out? But just to remind you guys if you guys want access to these tools, they will be updating throughout the day. Head on over to 9to5sports.com. That's going to be available for just $10 a month. Access to all those prop cheat sheets as well as all the fantasy golf tools. If you guys have never signed up for Underdog, I do think it's worthwhile. They give a lot of discounts out there. But use the promo code 925. That's going to help the channel out. It's going to help me, guys. It's a way to help yourself as well. 100% match on deposit up to $100. But I would imagine that both PrizePicks and Underdog are going to be giving a lot of free prop bets, free squares and discounts leading up to March Madness and during March Madness, I would assume. So probably a good time if you guys haven't, and I'm not trying to encourage this, trust me, I'm not, but if you have been thinking about it and wanted to, I'm guessing, but probably going to be a good time to do so. But that's going to be all for today's video. Make sure to give a like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Again, if you guys want access to any of the tools, head on over to 9to5sports.com. All of them are available for $10 a month. Thanks for watching. Good luck today. And as always, let's keep cashing.